to do something in the garden that I need this pickaxe for. Oh, sorry. You okay? Yeah. And as you can see, the head is broken. So I forgot this happened about a week ago, never got around to it. So now I got this useless head. So I thought I'd show just a quickie way to get all that up and running, because I haven't got time to go to the store and get a new handle and do all the other stuff. So I thought I'd show a way to just get around all of that. So step one is to get the head clear of all this gunk. I'm hoping, just hold it a little higher there, hold the camera a little higher. I'm hoping, just pound it out. Okay, all right. Now the next step is to cut this back to good wood. Okay, hold it a little higher if you can. All right, so I'm just gonna, I don't want there to be any sand or dirt. We're trying to minimize it as much as possible because it'll dull the teeth on this little folding saw. Okay, I'm just going to cut it back an inch. To me, that's good wood. Okay, that's good enough. All right. Now I have to whittle this down enough to get this head over it. It's too big to get the head on it right now. All right, so there's lots of ways to do that. I'm just going to use a knife here. I've got better tools for doing this sort of thing, but you know, I try as much as possible on this channel to pretend like I'm using the tools a young person or a new homeowner or a new gardener would have. There's a tool called the spoke shave, which is the ideal tool for this, but sharp knife will do. Let's see what we got here. Well, that's pretty close. I'm gonna get one more tool. Be right back. Okay, so this is a 4-in-1 rasp. It's like a file for wood. I think if you're going to be a homeowner with hand tools, this one's an essential. I got this at a yard sale like maybe 15 years ago. Still going strong. Oh, didn't want that to break away, but that's okay. Anyway, this just smooths out all the edges that are a result of the whittling work. It allows you to very quickly do some fine tuning. Let's see now. Okay, you can tell it's just not too wide. We'll take it down this way. I'm sort of counting so I can do it evenly on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's an awful crack there. Let's take that out. Less than ideal. Okay, let's see what we got now. That's pretty good. Now we just bang her down. See how far she goes. That's about how far as it wants to go. As you can see, not tight. Not even close. Okay, anyway, that's all right. I'll need a mark. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm just going to mark the low point. And the high point. Okay, now we'll take this off. Off. All right. First thing I'm going to do is remove, I'm not going to cut to the line here, I'm going to cut about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch above the line. Alright, we got that. Now all we got to do is do one cut this way, all the way down to that line, maybe even a little further. It's the sort of thing it's better to do with a vise of some kind. I'm just going to use my body as a vise. Less than ideal. Way less than ideal. Alright, you get the idea? You can do it without a vise. But I'm 53 over here. I'm going to do the other cut. So I cut it this way. Now I got to do a cut all the way down to that mark this way. But I'm going to do that on a vise because it's 1,000 times easier. Right? Or you just get someone to hold it for you while you do it. Right? It's hard to do by yourself, but it's doable as I just showed. Alright, so we've got that cut. What we're going to do is we're going to put the head on. Right? And then each of these is going to get a wedge to spread this out to fit the head. I need enough wedges to spread it adequately. Now let me show you how I made the wedges. Just take a piece of wood and get a knife. Just use the handle here. I'm starting at about 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit less. Right. Sometimes we got lucky with that one. It just so happened the grain on the wood made it into a perfect wedge. Okay, but, you know, so that's great, but they don't all work out that way. All right, let me just cut that off. Nice clean edge here. Usually that's not what happens, right? So let me try it again. Simulate this kind of situation where things don't just work out magically. All right. All right. Once again, we got a perfect wedge here. And I don't want to work any harder than I have to, so I'm just going to clean that up. Okay. But anyway, the gist of it is that when you don't get a perfect, see, we got a perfect wedge there. But when you don't get one, you just whittle it down until you get, most of these were made by whittling. This one here is not perfect, actually. Plane it off a little bit more. You just go by feel, trying to get a nice wedge. It's not perfect, it's not the end of the world. Okay, it's wood. Wood's forgiving. It bends, it gives. Okay. Anyway, I think we got enough here. So you want them all ready, because once you start pounding this on with the glue and everything, I'm using carpenter's glue, wood glue, it starts to dry really quick when you got dry wood like this. You haven't got a lot of time for messing around. You want to get everything, you want to get it really glued up good, pound everything in there, and then, I don't know, about the 30 minutes you can use the thing. So lots of people are going to say you need to leave it overnight, but you don't have to. Anyway, let's get this head on. I think it should go on this way. If you've got, you can see here, we got a straight line here, but it's cut back a bit. Anything like that, you want to have it not in the direction you're going to be swinging it. So I tend to use this end, so I'm going to direct it that way. Any handle, if you've got a part of the handle whittled down, you know, back from the edge, you know, I'm not making any sense here, but you can see that we got a straight line here and it sort of slopes in a bit. So you want the slope part at the back, not forward, in my opinion anyway. Yeah, let's get that on. Pound her down real good. All right, that's good. Now I'm going to glue these up. Hopefully the glue isn't flowing. Yeah, okay, we're good. So don't be shy with your glue. I'm going to look at these, try to grab the thickest ones. As you can see, I got distance to make up here and distance to make up here. So I want the thick one in the middle, like that. The glue also serves as a kind of lubricant for getting these wedges in. I think that's about, this is a little bit too wide, so I'm just going to make a little adjustment on it. Alright, glue that. Put that in there. Pound that in. You can see I've broken them a little bit. That's no big deal. Just cut them back. Right. Then you can go back. And of course this goes better for using a wood mallet as opposed to like the end of a hammer. You're going to use a hammer, you got to go very lightly. Yeah, that just gave a bit. Wants to go. That does not want to go at all. But that's going. That is about as far as that wants to go, unfortunately. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. Okay. We didn't get it all the way, but it's not the end of the world. I think it'll hold anyway. Okay, now we do the other ones. Let's go with this guy. By the time these are all in, it'll hold it on. As far as that wants to go. Okay. I mean, I'm looking very kind of sloppy with this, but it doesn't matter. This will hold. I don't know how long. Maybe we'll get a year out of this. Maybe we'll get 5 years. Maybe we'll get 10. And I don't care which of those it is, because this only took a few minutes to do. Alright, so that looks awful, but none of that matters. We're going to cut it all off. I'm going to leave a little bit and just cut her all off. There. Now I could make little slivers and put them in those little holes and stuff. But this is not coming off. Okay, now I put a little bit of linseed oil in there or something like that. It'll swell the wood up even more. It's not going anywhere, right? If I had some metal wedges, the kind you'd use in an axe, I could finish it off with that. But this is not coming off. The handle is going to have to break for it to come off. It's not going anywhere. All right, so we got a you can see I'm trying to wiggle this. We got a very tight head fitting. It's not perfect, but I don't care. If we're trying to do a really nice axe or something like that, it would matter a lot more. But here we're just trying to, breathe a little life into an old handle, right? Or if I had a brand new piece of wood and it was a really good piece of wood and I was trying to do everything as good as possible, I'd take a little more care to get this right. But right now I don't care. I just want a pickaxe that'll work. And if I get lucky, this might work for 5 years. Not a lot of work. Didn't have to buy anything. Just uses some old wood, a little bit of glue, right? A knife, a rasp, folding saw, right? And we got new life in our pickaxe, ready to roll. All right, so that's how you fix a broken pickaxe if the handle's made of wood. A lot of them these days, the handle's made of fiberglass and plastic and stuff like that. That's all fine, but the great thing about wood is that you can reuse it. All right, hope you found this interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. Check out my podcast, maritimegardening.com. Check out my articles at maritimegardening.substack.com. And until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching.